all you cool crooks and killers, welcome back to True Crime Now, your number one place on the internet for daily true crime videos. Sometimes heists and robberies can be straightforward. Some can be messy, and sometimes you find the hidden crazy gems. And those are the crimes we're going to focus on today. Today, we are counting down the top 10 craziest heists you've never heard of. Number 10. The Gardner Museum Robbery. They say that if you want people to think you belong somewhere, just act like you are supposed to be there, and oftentimes, no one will question you. The confidence is especially important when you're stealing over $500 million worth of art. That's exactly what two thieves did when they stole 3 Rembrandts, 5 Degas sketches, a Vermeer, a Manet, and a bronze eagle from a framed Napoleon-era banner. The thieves did all this while dressed in police uniforms. They even had fake mustaches. The items are still missing, with a $10 million reward for information leading to the arrest of the faux cops. These days, the theft is used by the museum to showcase the missing items, frames, and educate the public about the crime. Apparently, a fake uniform, a mustache, and some swagger are all you need to be convincing. You think that was easy? Just wait until you hear our number 1 craziest heist. It seems effortless and is still a complete mystery over 20 years later. Number 9. The Marie Antoinette Watch. The Meir Museum in Israel is home to some of the most amazing watches ever made, but none compared to the Marie Antoinette watch, also known as the Breguet number 160 Grand Complication. Now that's a mouthful. It's a complication because it has over 820 working parts in just a 60mm watch face. It has been called a poem of clockwork by those in the know. I guess I'll take their word on that. Although I could probably figure out how to get my Apple Watch to read me a poem. The antique watch itself took 44 years to build, and the Swiss watchmaker who had started the project actually died 40 years into his masterpiece. The watch had to be completed by his son and was finally finished in 1827. Its features are what makes this one of the rarest of watches in the entire world, especially given the time in which it was built. This $30 million watch was stolen in 1983 and was missing for over 20 years. The robbers pulled off the perfect heist, shimmying through a 20-inch window and not tripping a single alarm, all while avoiding numerous guards. It wasn't until a deathbed confession in 2007 by one of the robbers that authorities got any leads on the case. Astoundingly, instead of going straight to the police, the woman who heard the deathbed confession foolishly tried to sell the items stolen that night from the museum, including the watch, and was caught red-handed. Number 8. The Plymouth Mail Truck Heist. Criminals dressed as police officers and armed with guns intercepted a mail truck traveling from Plymouth, Massachusetts, to the Federal Reserve Bank of Boston in August 1962. Using a sophisticated and well-thought-out system of fake highway workers and detours, the thieves stole over $1.5 million. Since the money was all stolen in small bills, it is more difficult to trace and has never been recovered. This, at the time, was one of the largest cash heists in world history. The postal workers were blindfolded, gagged, and cuffed before being transported with the truck to a different location. One of the thieves, Tommy Richards, was going to testify against the others but mysteriously disappeared before the trial. As a result, the rest of the defendants were found not guilty. Number 7. D.B. Cooper Plane Heist. The name D.B. Cooper will forever be etched into airline history as one of the most bizarre and strangest heist cases ever. In 1971, a well-dressed gentleman purchased an airline ticket to Seattle-Tacoma International Airport under the alias Dan Cooper. later misrepresented in the media as D.B. Cooper. Shortly after takeoff, things took a drastic turn when Cooper handed a note to a flight attendant, informing them of explosives and demanding $200,000, 4 parachutes, and a refueling truck upon landing in Seattle. After landing, all the passengers were let go. The money and parachutes were brought on board, and the plane was refueled. 30 minutes after taking off again, Cooper put on one of the parachutes, took the ransom money, and leapt from the aircraft into the night. To this day, D.B. Cooper's real identity has never been discovered, and no evidence was found to prove whether or not he had even survived the jump. None of the money has ever been recovered. Number 6. The Mona Lisa Heist. Who hasn't heard of Leonardo da Vinci's painting, the Mona Lisa? Originally, this painting was not very popular until it was stolen. Then, all of a sudden, it was everybody's favorite. A handyman who worked at the Louvre hid in an art supply cupboard and waited for the museum to be closed and cleared of security. After taking the painting, he said he first took the artwork home to admire it. It wasn't even noted to be missing right away. The painting received a worldwide coverage in 1911, and 2 years later, the painting was found and returned to where it remains today, under tighter security, of course. Can you believe the heists so far? We are only halfway through our list, and they only get crazier from here. Let us know in the comments if we missed any that you think should have been on our countdown. Number 5. The Big Maple Leaf. This one was in the news just recently, but we can all be forgiven if we didn't hear about it. 2020 has been a crazy year. On March 27th, 2017, the Big Maple Leaf coin, which was held in the Bode Museum in Berlin, Germany, was stolen. The coin is one of 6 which weighs 220 pounds and is worth an estimated 1 million Canadian dollars. Created by the Royal Canadian Mint, these coins, apart from one, were created for private buyers. A family used a railway track to enter the museum and somehow broke through the bulletproof glass to leave with a coin. Not an easy task. The thieves were caught and went to trial, which ended in February of 2020. Although the thieves were apprehended, the whereabouts of the coin remain unknown. Authorities believe the coin was melted down due to gold dust found on one of the robbers' items. Number 4. The Sacramento Loomis Truck Heist. Imagine being trusted to transport $2.3 million via truck, and when you arrive at your destination, there's no money in said truck. Uh-oh, somebody's in trouble. Well, in March 1999, a very skilled thief stole nearly 300 pounds worth of cash from a truck while it was transporting money from Sacramento to San Francisco. There were 3 guards on board, and not one of them noticed anything suspicious. Hey, we didn't say they were good at their jobs. When they arrived at their destination 2 hours later, they were shocked to see rainwater in the back of the truck, and that all the money was gone. A motorist at a way station is the only person who caught a glimpse of the potential thieves. A reward for any information is still available from Loomis, but no information has come forward yet in over 20 years. Number 3. Harry Winston Jewelers Heist. Diamonds are a girl's best friend, but diamonds and thieves? They're BFFs. In 2008, Harry Winston Jewelers was robbed by several men disguised as women who stole approximately $100 million worth of diamonds. The heist of diamonds took under 1 minute to complete, and as it turns out, the men had done the same thing just a year earlier. I'm starting to think some of these security guards need additional training. The men were caught this time, but they were dressed in regular outfits. The wigs and dresses are still out there somewhere. Number 2. The Tucker Cross. The Tucker Cross was found by Teddy Tucker in 1955 while he was scuba diving the wreckage of the San Pedro, a Spanish ship that sunk near the Florida Keys in 1594. Tucker found the 22-karat gold cross with 7 emeralds and rings on each arm surprisingly still intact. The Tucker Cross is considered to be one of the most valuable shipwreck treasures ever. Tucker sold the cross to the Bermuda government, who put it on display in a museum that was run by Tucker and his wife. However, in 1975, shortly before a visit from Queen Elizabeth II, the cross was stolen and was replaced with a replica. To this day, no one knows what happened to the cross, which is valued today at over $250,000. The cross is once again a treasure waiting to be found. Alright guys, we've made it to our number 1 pick, and a lot of these have been really interesting and kind of fun. Not that we would ever root for the criminal or anything, but it is weird how many of these crazy heists have never been solved. Speaking of, let's get to our number 1 pick. Number 1. The Antwerp Diamond Heist. The diamond exchange capital of the world is Antwerp, Belgium, and is the location of a $100 million heist. A group of thieves broke into the underground vaults of the Antwerp Diamond Center in February 2003 and successfully looted 123 of the 160 vault safes without tripping a single alarm. The safes were all protected by infrared heat detectors, sophisticated locks with over 100 million possible combinations, and several other layers of security. Not a single alarm was ever triggered, nor were there signs of forced entry into the safes. The location of the diamonds is still a mystery to this day. There you have it, folks! Did we miss any? Do you know any crazy heists that we should make a video about? Let us know in the comments and maybe we'll make a part 2. Make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell for more true crime videos every day. Thanks for watching, and until next time, don't be embarrassed to sleep with the lights on.